Season 8 of Outlander is right around the corner, and with it comes one mystery that has haunted fans since the very beginning: Jamie's ghost. Remember that chilling scene in the very first episode? Frank looks out the window and spots a man in a kilt silently watching Claire from the street. It wasn't explained, it wasn't resolved, it just lingered. For years, that image has stayed in our minds, turning from a curious tease into one of the most important unanswered questions in the series. And now, with the show coming to its final season, there's no escaping it. They have to explain what that ghost really means. Here's where it gets tricky. The Outlander books, written by Diana Gabaldon, aren't finished yet. The final installment, Book 10, is still being written, which means the TV series is going to reach its ending first. The showrunners have already confirmed that their version of the ending won't match the books exactly. That's exciting because it means we'll get surprises, but it also makes fans nervous. How will they handle Jamie's ghost? Will it live up to the decades of mystery, or will they take the easy way out? There's a popular theory that the show could lean on Jamie's ability to project himself through dreams. Now, Jamie can't time travel the way Claire does, but in both the books and the show, we've seen he has some strange dreamwalking powers. He's been able to reach across time in his sleep, connecting with his descendants like Jemmy and Mandy. So one explanation could be that Jamie, in some dream state, somehow sees Claire in the future, standing at that very window, just before Frank catches sight of him. That would neatly explain the ghost sighting. Jamie wasn't really there, just his spirit reaching forward in time. Logical? Yes. Satisfying? Not really. Reducing such a powerful, eerie moment to, "Oh, it was just a dream," feels cheap. This isn't some side plot to brush off. That single moment in the pilot set the tone for everything that followed. It made the show feel mysterious, fated, tragic, as if Claire wasn't just lost in time but drawn there by something bigger, by Jamie himself. If all of that builds up to nothing more than a dream, it robs the story of its weight. The ghost has to mean something deeper. Outlander has always balanced love and tragedy. Claire and Jamie never truly get peace. Every time they find happiness, war, separation, or loss pulls them apart again. If the writers stay true to that pattern, the ghost should tie directly into heartbreak. Maybe Jamie dies before Claire. Maybe she returns to her own time, and his spirit remains, still watching her, still connected to her across centuries. That would fit the themes of the show: love stronger than time, but love that comes with an unbearable price. There's another powerful theory that ties Jamie's ghost directly to his death. In the upcoming Battle of King's Mountain, Jamie is said to be fatally wounded, even dying briefly, before Claire revives him with her healing skills. What if, in those fleeting moments between life and death, Jamie's soul slips through time? That could be when he appears outside Claire's window in the 1940s, silently watching her. If this is true, it would bring the story full circle, from ghost to man, and back to ghost again. Imagine the weight of that reveal. It wouldn't just be a ghostly cameo, it would symbolize the cost of their love. Two people who bent time itself to be together, but who can never fully escape the price of fate. Claire and Jamie's connection has always felt bigger than centuries, almost spiritual. A reveal like this would honor that, showing that even death can't sever their bond. The real danger is that the show might water this down. If they wrap it up quickly or give us a neat dream explanation, fans will feel cheated. This ghost has been part of Outlander lore for 34 years. It's not just another mystery to check off the list, it's the very heartbeat of the story. And honestly, Season 7 already hinted that the end will be far from peaceful. Think back to those quiet, sepia-toned scenes where Jamie and Claire sat under the stars. They weren't flashbacks, they weren't ordinary dreams, they felt otherworldly, almost like glimpses into another realm. The way they spoke of death, of love lasting beyond time, carried a haunting finality. Claire even said the stars would never burn out, and neither would they. Beautiful, yes, but also heavy with foreshadowing. Then came the finale of Season 7, where Claire had another vision, this time of Master Raymond. Fans hadn't seen him since Season 2, and his sudden reappearance was chilling. He apologized, told her she would understand later, and then vanished. No answers, just more questions. Some believe this connects to Faith, Claire's daughter, but it also signals that destiny and grief are still very much at play in her story. If you turn to the books for clues, things get even darker. Master Raymond sees people's auras, and Jamie's is Red, the warrior. Warriors rarely get happy endings. They fight, they protect, and they often die doing it. Claire's aura, however, is blue, healer, powerful, maybe even immortal. The books suggest that when her hair turns fully white, she will come into the peak of her abilities, meaning her story is far from over. Jamie's, on the other hand, might not last that long. So while fans have dreamed of the two of them growing old together on Fraser's Ridge, that ending may be too hopeful. Time, fate, and war have always stood in their way. If the ghost means what many of us suspect, then Outlander's finale could deliver a heartbreak as unforgettable as its beginning. And this brings us to the heart of the matter: how will Outlander really end? Fans are torn. On one hand, we've spent 7 seasons watching Claire and Jamie survive the impossible. They've crossed oceans, fought wars, endured loss, and still found their way back to each other. If anyone deserves peace, it's them. A quiet life at Fraser's Ridge, surrounded by family, growing old together, that's the happy ending everyone wants. But let's be honest. Outlander has never been a fairy tale. Its magic has always come from the balance between love and tragedy. This story doesn't shy away from heartbreak, it leans into it. And the ghost in the very first episode set the tone for all of it. It whispered to us that this wasn't going to be an ordinary romance. It was going to be bigger, messier, and far more haunting. So what does Jamie's ghost really mean? If the show stays true to its own themes, then it has to symbolize loss. The image of him standing in the fog, silent and unreachable, feels like foreshadowing. Maybe Claire returns to her own time after Jamie's death. Maybe he dies in the past and his spirit lingers, keeping watch over her. Either way, it suggests that no matter how strong their love is, time will eventually separate them again. And yet, this doesn't have to be a bleak ending. Think about it. If Jamie's soul really did travel through time to watch Claire before they even met, it proves something extraordinary, that their bond is eternal. He isn't haunting her in sorrow, he's watching over her in love. It's tragic, yes, but it's also beautiful. A final reminder that their story transcends centuries. The showrunners have already promised the ending will differ from Diana Gabaldon's books. That means Season 8 isn't just an adaptation, it's uncharted territory. A chance to give closure to TV fans in a way that feels both heartbreaking and satisfying. The question is, will they dare to lean into tragedy, or will they soften the blow? Personally, I think the answer lies somewhere in between. Claire may live on, stepping fully into her destiny as a healer, while Jamie's journey ends as the warrior he was always meant to be. But their connection won't die with him. It will echo through time, just like it did in that first ghostly moment outside her window. That's the kind of ending that would honor both the love story and the tragedy that Outlander has always been about. So as Season 8 approaches, one thing is certain, we're not just watching the end of a series. We're watching the closing of a love that has defied time itself. And whatever the truth behind Jamie's ghost turns out to be, it has to carry the weight of everything this story has stood for: destiny, sacrifice, and a love that even death can't destroy. Because in the end, that's what Outlander has always been. Not just a romance. Not just a time travel story. But a reminder that true love doesn't fade, not even across centuries. So tell me, what do you think Jamie's ghost really means? Is it destiny, tragedy, or something else entirely? Let's talk about it in the comments. And don't forget to like and follow for more weekly breakdowns, theories, and deep dives as we head toward the final season of Outlander.